Urgent video. Bitcoin just had a huge crash over the weekend, but why is it dumping when there's so much positive news? First, Bitcoin bill has never been closer to fruition. Also, we're hitting the parabolic phase of the 4-year cycle. And finally, Wall Street is buying record amounts of Bitcoin. So what happened over the weekend that caused Bitcoin to tank? Because we saw a huge correction in the crypto market. Crypto market registered its first flash crash of 2025, where the markets wiped out $269 billion. And if we go to CoinGecko, it is a sea of red right now. You can't see anything in the positive. In fact, you're seeing a lot of double digits for declines here as the markets are finally reeling from this AI news that we're going to be covering in a second here. And then I have something in the charts showing there might be actually tremendous upside, and this could just be overblown fears. But back to the big crash here, where we wiped out $269 billion from the markets. But is Chinese AI company DeepSeek launch to blame? Is this the real reason we're seeing a strong pullback? So DeepSeek is a Chinese AI app, and it has shocked the American market. The app rose to the top of Apple's free software rankings, and this Chinese rival reportedly developed for $5.5 million compared to the billions of dollars that American companies are pouring into their AI models like ChatGPT. The easiest way for you to get wrecked in crypto is to lose all your funds. Whether it's an exchange going down, an exploit, or just a hack, make sure you protect your crypto with Arculus Cold Storage. We love it here at the channel, and if you use code DC20, you can save yourself 20%. Protect yourself out there, because just last year alone, hackers stole almost $2 billion from users out there. Do not let it be you. Protect your funds, and not only can you protect, you can buy, swap, send, and receive crypto with a single tap and hold. Go get yourself an Arculus now. And so it appears that some of these AI companies that were valued in the billions of dollars that needed all this hardware, maybe some of these valuations were a little bit off, and then this is now boiling over into Nvidia, into tech stocks, and when it hits the tech stocks, people start looking at Bitcoin as well and saying, hey, maybe Bitcoin's overvalued. Now, the launch and success of this app is creating panic amongst investors who now see many tech stocks in the United States as overpriced. The US market's significant selling resulted in widespread losses, which then, of course, later trickled down into the crypto market. And we're going to go to the charts momentarily. DeepSeek's new reasoning model dragging down the NASDAQ. Now, this model dropped 6 days ago, but it seems Wall Street is just now digesting what it means. Intelligence is now way cheaper than we thought. This is great for all consumers of AI, meaning you and me. So why is the NASDAQ tanking? Remember, NASDAQ is an index of producers, not consumers. If the price of oil plummets, this is bad news for oil companies, but it is great news for those who drive. And we're seeing the same thing with this information technology. If you're NVIDIA and you have to sell hardware chips, well, if someone can get by with $5 million worth of chips versus $1 billion worth of chips, obviously this is bad for NVIDIA. But what about the software companies? And what about software similar to Bitcoin? Well, many are seeing this as an opportunity. Bitcoin's DeepSeek triggered sell-off is a buy the dip opportunity, is what analysts are saying. And first, we're looking at Jeffrey Kendrick. He's the head of research at Standard Chartered Bank. He's saying, quite simply, buy the dip. And there's a reason why. We are seeing now a rapid decline in U.S. Treasury yields. The 10-year note yield now nearing 4.5%, signaling much of the downward move is done. So we might see more downside in the Treasury yields here. And this is going to be good for risky assets. This is what money you get if you just park your billions for 10 years. You're going to get your 4.6% interest rate. But if it is a low interest rate, people look for risky investments like Bitcoin. And if it is a high interest rate, well, then you have a relative risk-free way of making money. And so high interest rates, bad for Bitcoin. Low interest rates, good for Bitcoin. And it looks right here, it looks like we might be seeing a little bit of correction. We're seeing some fundamentals saying Treasury notes are going to continue down. This is all great for Bitcoin, folks. Now let's read this, and then we're going into the charts because I have something I have to show you in the Bitcoin chart. Now, DeepSeek's FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is a classic shoot first, ask questions later. Flushes like these amidst a still constructive macro story typically marks local lows in a bull trend. Folks, this is still a very much buy the frickin' dip market still. Let me say it one more time, buy the frickin' dip. Now let's go into the charts here. So this is from Ollie Martinez. He pointed this out here. Failure of this head and shoulders pattern suggests potential upside target, $122,000 for Bitcoin. So let's go into the chart here. So this is a head and shoulders breaking to the upside. Now we've talked about breaking to the downside. When you hit the neckline after the right shoulder, you can confirm a move to the downside, which would be equal to the length of the head. When we go to the daily chart, you can see that right shoulder tried to break down, but we didn't close the daily candle below. So let's draw the shoulder here. So this starts on November 20th, and we look at all these chart here. You can see right there, that is November 20th. So shoulder, head, shoulder. Let's draw this out. Shoulder, head, and then there's the right shoulder right there. But we have a potential breakout happening. So what we're trying to do is come back down and test the top of the shoulder. You can see it right here. We're testing, and this gives us a potential upside, which will be the length of the head. So we broke to the upside, folks, and right now, look at that daily candle, fighting for its life to hold support on the right shoulder. We still got about 5 hours at the time of me filming this. Maybe about 2 hours from now is when we're trying to get this video out. So let's go ahead and measure this move. So boom, top of the head to the neckline. If we turn this shoulder into support, and I'm just going to put it right here where the price is at right now. He gave us 122. See, a little bit lower. He's maybe coming in from the bottom of the shoulder. I'm coming in from where we're at right now. $118,000 Bitcoin. There's still a lot of room for the upside. So when I'm looking at the charts, folks, I can't help but feel bullish. Don't get shaken out by this Chinese AI company. Still the fog of war, still a lot of moving pieces right now. We know hardware probably going to be affected pretty strongly, but Bitcoin, some of these tech stocks, still early, folks. This might be the perfect buying opportunity, and a lot of altcoins are on sale right now. So I'm DZ for Discover Crypto, and we're going to be buying the dip, and I'll see you at the top.